But let's try and navigate the market mood and try and analyze where should we go from here on. Mr. D P Singh from the SBI Mutual Fund joins us on the show to talk to us about just that. Hi, Mr. Singh. Good to be speaking with you. Good afternoon. I actually don't know whether I can call it a good afternoon because the bulls out there might be not in a great mood. But what's your, analysis of the market setup right now? Is this the time perhaps one should start deploying, or let the volatility be out of system, wait for budget, etc. to be out, and then only take a conscious call on markets and the way forward?
Thank you very much for having me. But first thing is, yes, it's not that good an afternoon. Of course, we people are always were expecting little different in the market, but things are what these are. But just what we are saying is, yes, this is a point where they will be looking forward for deploying some cash, which is there with us. Volatility is going to remain, but I think one thing is very clear that NDA is going to make the government, and once the market is formed, then the volatility will come down. But these next 10-15 days are definitely going to be little volatile. So this is wait and watch situation. But yes, this was not expected, and that's why there's a lot of moves in the market. But yes, we are watching the movements very, very closely, and whatever is in the interest of investors, will take those decisions.
Mr. Singh, I think what comes into question really is, what is it that you do with stocks which ran up perhaps higher than what one anticipated? And that's true, I guess, for the entire PSU pack, ex-banks, of course. A lot of froth is coming off as we see that in today's trading session. But what could be the approach from here onwards? Do you think we're headed in for a long-haul consolidation for the entire PSU pack?
I don't think so. Actually, the valuations were always very attractive for most of the PSUs, and they were buying at the right kind of valuations. So I'm not looking at that people will just book profit and get down, and when the prices are always so much down, I don't see any reason that people will now go and sell out in the market. Because valuations are where valuations are, and some of the reforms which have taken place for the upgradation of PSUs, those remain intact. Whatever the government decisions are, but the PSUs have really unlocked the values, and that's not going to get destroyed now just because there is some volatility in the market. And yes, since there was a very, very sharp upside on the PSU stocks during the last couple of days and say last 6 months, if I took a medium-term position. So people, the things are settling down, but I personally feel, and we at Fundos feel there is some value emerging, and we might start deploying at a little more attractive valuations.
Right. Mr. Singh, SBI Mutual Fund is the largest mutual fund of the country now, biggest SIP book. You clearly have the pulse of the retail investor, which has been extremely contrarian. Every large dip in the last 5-7 years has been bought. What is the stance now? Do you think that flow of money could get shaken, or you think that will come to the market irrespective?
I think people will wait and watch for another 1 week's time when the government is formed. But definitely the Indian investor, especially the retail investor, has matured much better than ever before. And we will definitely see buying coming at good valuations. And we are hopeful that the trend which we have saw during last 3, 4, 5 years will continue. But one thing is there, that the retail investor putting money through SIP route, that will continue to remain unbated. Today, when we'll be having almost $3 billion coming every month through SIP route. Well, that will continue, and that will give a lot of stability to the markets. Today's moves and yesterday's moves should be seen in some other way, because here the traders are playing much more than the investors. But eventually, the investors, when they come to the market, they will definitely bring in stability. And I'm sure all these upswings and downswings are a matter of few days, and history also tells us the same thing happened earlier when such days came. But eventually, market comes back, sanity comes back, And we mutual funds are long-term players. We are handling money of retail investors, and retail investors should remain calm, and they should see that nothing is lost. Corporates are doing phenomenally well. Businesses are doing very well. India growth story is intact. Whatever government, whosoever becomes the finance minister, whosoever comes through. In any case, one thing is very clear, that it's almost looks like that the NDA is going to come back to the power, and see the policy decisions are not going to change in a big way.
I also want to get a thought on how some of your partners like Amundi and other international players, they have been very cagey for the market for the longest time. A weak win, a weak mandate by the current dispensation, would that change, will they continue to be sellers in Indian market? Were they expecting a big strong win, only then they would have come? Because at least one part of the market thought that if there is continuity and a strong win, then FIs would come back.
See, political stability is definitely one of the considerations when they come to any of the markets. See, India growth story on business side remains intact. The very strong mandate would have definitely given them much more confidence. But these things get settled down over a period of week to 15 days. The moment there's a strong resolution, today we are looking at the numbers, the victory and losing is coming, now visible on the screens. Till the time, even if whatever numbers are being shown gets into reality, if they don't swing too much, and at this point of time, whatever number looks like, this will consolidate at this level only. So once it happens, once the things are clear, when the allies and the BJP sit together and they decide that they are going to hit the market, I think that will give a lot of comfort. Today, there are a lot of rumors in the market. In such a situation, it always happens. So we are sitting quiet. We as a mutual fund, we are today managing almost 7.5 lakh crores of equity oriented funds. And it's huge responsibility on us to take very conscious and very cool call on the investors' money. And we are very confident that we will keep the interest of investors in mind, whatever decision we take. But yes, these 1 week, 10 days time are going to be volatile, disruptive, but things will come back to normalcy very soon.
Okay, Mr. Singh, thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. That's the view coming in from SBI Mutual Fund, that the India story doesn't change, and for now, the premise is still that NDA forms the government and the political reforms will continue. So